This is the Skoda Octavia VRS. It's a 2-litre turbo, 265 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 is just over 5 seconds, and a top speed of around 155 miles an hour. But to know more, we need to speak to the officers that drive it. So from the road crime team, it's Duncan. Duncan, how are you doing, mate?
Well, that's about
right. Go on, lean over.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Welcome to North Wales.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, tell me about the Octavia. First of all, what's it like to drive, and how good is it being an unmarked car?
It's a brilliant car to drive. Handles phenomenally. Got a DSG gearbox. Paddles work well. It's got the acceleration. Top end's good. Very good.
So tell me, what are the benefits of having an unmarked car in North Wales?
We have a lot. Obviously, we're the roads crime unit now, so we do dual roles. So we'll do traffic policing, so day-to-day traffic stuff, and then also we'll do crime.
Yeah.
So obviously, criminals use the roads. What's the old saying that not every motorist is a criminal, but every criminal's a motorist.
Yeah.
So they've got to use cars to get around.
They have,
so
it's not like you stop them on bus.
Yeah,
is
exactly, exactly. So having that bit more time to watch what they're doing, for example, or give us a bit more time to react. They don't know the car. Also, in the summer, especially summer months, we have a lot of problems with people speeding, come down, because we've got some beautiful roads in North Wales.
I've just come over at Top Way here, and it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah, we obviously North Wales is a tourism area.
Yeah.
People are more welcome to come down, but just drive sensibly, drive safely. You won't have an issue. Make sure your vehicle's legal. It's all good.
Over the last couple of weeks, we've been putting videos out, and people are saying having an unmarked car is entrapment. But no one tells you to go fast. What people need to be doing is taking responsibility of their own actions. What they always say is, why are you getting the motorist who's an easy target? Go get a real job. But last year, about 600 people died as a result of a homicide in the UK, and about 250 of them were knife crime. But over 1,600 people die on the roads every year. So you are 3 times more likely to be killed on a road than you are in a homicide, and you are 6 times more likely to be killed in a car than you are by knife crime. So all the people say, what are you doing about knife crime? This is what roads policing officers do. They protect members of the public on the road, they go out and they stop the crime, they stop the criminals, and they make sure your mum, your sister, your dad, your brother, your cousin can get home safe. Having an unmarked car is a very, very vital piece of equipment, isn't it?
Definitely, definitely. And the old adage is, if you do nothing wrong, you've got no need to worry. This isn't a unmarked car. Drive legally, drive sensibly. There's no issues. Is there?
Exactly.
We've all been we've all been to collisions, unfortunately, where fatalities have taken place. That could be through speeding, using a mobile phone, not wearing a seatbelt, things like that. Well, if you weren't using your phone, if you were your seatbelt, and if you weren't speeding, you wouldn't have a problem. So
the police don't make you pick up the phone.
No.
The police don't make you not wear a seatbelt. You decide to do that. So if you get stopped and get a ticket, it's your responsibility. People need to take responsibility when they're driving on the road, don't they?
No, people don't understand, especially younger drivers to a certain degree. This is a killing machine. You could do more damage with this, with a vehicle, and people need to take responsibility and say, I'm driving something that could kill somebody. So don't be distracted on your phone. Don't use it. It's illegal. But common sense, you wouldn't use it. Put your seatbelt on. It's there to save your life. And don't speed. The speed limits are there. They're the limit. They're not targets.
Yeah,
the limits.
The limits maximum you should be going at that time.
Yeah, and sometimes you might be in a national, but it's not safe to drive at a national speed. You just reduce your speed to the circumstances and the road conditions at the time. So
we're not preaching, are we?
No, not at all.
There's a difference here, because we are petrol heads, we like going fast, we like motorbikes, we like cars, but we do it in the correct environments. We do it on tracks wherever we're meant to do. So take us around the car then. So obviously unmarked car, you've got your blue lights and whites in your top of your screen.
Yeah. Some in the grille, down the bottom here in the grille.
Right, and then you've got them behind your number plate as well.
On the plate there, yeah.
Do you have any problems with it being blue and not having any side repeaters or anything in your door mirrors or anything like that?
Not particularly. I should say that being an unmarked car, sometimes people don't look.
Don't see you.
They just don't see you in the mirror. They're in their own little world, because all they're doing is going from A to B, and they're not expecting C to occur, are they?
Yeah, exactly.
So no, the sirens are quite good on this car. So Well, you know, like you say, you move out, get into people's mirrors, they see you, and then get out of the way. So yeah, it can cause a little bit of an issue, but
So big alloys as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I've noticed that none of your alloys are scuffed.
No, standards, you know. Yeah.
That's because you've got good standards here as well.
I think it's a cake fines if you damage those wheels. You're buying a lot of cakes, aren't you?
So again, people go on about you shouldn't be using that, it's too expensive, it's a waste of my taxpayers' money. Again, 1,600 people die, £1 million a fatal, that's what it costs the government each year, that's why the roads policing unit are here. So take us round the back, let's have a look in the boot. So can you come round, Mike, let's have a look. What sort of stuff do you carry? So, that is very nice, I like that. And before, after he opens the boot, I'm going to show you something really special. So can you open the boot for us and let's have a bit of a nosy?
So every one of our roads policing car carries the same kit. So standard stinger, which you're aware of, 14 traffic cones. We're on a dual carriageway, so we have to carry them. 3 signs, an MI kit, first aid kit, house chem books, special gloves. We've got gloves as well for EV vehicles. So protect ourselves if we go to a collision involving an EV. Brush shovel, red diesel kit. We've also got a defib on board. Right,
so I can see a defib in the car, and I've said you should have defibs in cars for years. Tell us your story about your defib, and for all the people out there that say they don't like the police and they don't do anything, tell us the story about the police and what you've done with the defib.
Yeah, so it's been mentioned before. So 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I was dealing with a breakdown the other side of Conway Tunnel on the A55. And then I noticed the traffic had stopped. A little strange because it's a busy road, you know, it's always busy, even at a silly o'clock in the morning it's busy. And then the car came up, stopped in lane 2 and shouted over, there's been a collision there, someone's dead. Right, so I left the collision, turned around, went down the carriageway, got there, and my colleagues from Traffic Wales, these highway officers, you see them, deal with breakdowns, they got there, they've got him out of the van. He wasn't breathing.
So he was dead. He was dead.
He was dead. Yeah.
Behind wheel.
Yeah. He wasn't breathing. There was no pulse. So he'd had a heart attack. Got the defib on straight away. Shocked him twice, and he's still here now.
And he's walking around because of what you've done at the time.
Yeah, he's walking around. And my colleagues from, you know, they were, to be fair, they were straight on with doing the CPR before I got there. But yeah, no doubt that helped considerably.
So the defib saved his life. Most importantly, you saved this gentleman's life. And again, we're on about building bridges back with the community and everything that we're doing. There's a gentleman walking around because of this officer. You put yourselves in predicaments that are dangerous. You see things that you shouldn't be seeing. But again, we do a good job. You do a fantastic job. I'm not doing it anymore. So basically, thank you for what you've done. And think about that before you post all your negative comments, that you're there to look after people and keep people safe. These are nice. They're good. We've just done Redtronic with the lights. And they're nice up there. So, Mike, can you come down here and have a look at the bottom of the bumper? So, can you just tell us about these at the bottom of the bumper? Because I thought these were going to be lights.
No, so these are cameras, ANPR cameras. So they read obviously both lanes, etc., and they feed back. I'll show you in the car later. To our mobile phones now, our Kishu mobile phones.
So your ANPR is built into your number plate? In your back balance?
Yeah, so if we go past the car now, that'll ping straight up on our phone. There's also, the national cameras, we can log on to them. So we can see where a car is when we need to.
Right. That is different. That's one step up, is that, isn't it? And again, it's not about getting the motorist, it's about making sure the cars that are illegal should be taken off the road.
Well, for example, you pay your insurance, I pay my insurance. There are people that are there and drive there purposely not having insurance. They crash into you.
Affects my premium.
Yeah, your premium, that you won't get a payout.
No.
So that's you work hard, everybody works hard. Don't get me wrong, insurance is expensive, but it's there for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, by us stopping the people aren't insured, well, there could even be a mark if somebody who's wanted for a serious offence, knife crime, plus murder. You know, we've had forces before that, you know, we'll put markers on cars that we need to stop.
So it's to make the people on the road safer. If you get involved in a collision, someone's got no insurance, it affects you, it affects your premium next year, you want these people taken off the road, and that's what the ANPR does.
And it's a crime as well.
It is,
big crime, you know.
And it costs a lot of money, doesn't it?
Yeah, massively.
Are we all right to have a look in the car then?
Yeah.
You're going to show us in the car?
Yeah.
That's electric boot, is that?
Yeah.
That's electric boot. Right, Duncan, we're in the Octavia VRS now. Give us an idea of what you've got and what you're carrying, because This is very minimalistic. Seems like things are hidden.
Yeah, so obviously being in a marked car, we try and put things out of the way as much as possible. We are going away from having one computer system in the car to having 2 or 3, so if one goes down, we may still be able to use the car rather than the car being off the road. For example, as our phones will fit in there, so that'll read up on our ANPR. ANPR will come up on there. Obviously got our radio control panel and then the matrix board for the rear, follow me, etc. Or if people are speeding, you can just put, say, the speed limit on so people know what they're doing, or lights on, etc. Everything's recorded, camera front and back. We've got a tablet here which we can log on to the car and review the footage of what we've just captured. Certainly in a marked car, people obviously will do things that perhaps they shouldn't be in front of you.
Exactly.
Cross solid white lines, for example, etc. You know, and you can show the footage in the car and say, look, you have committed. We've not forced you that. You've made that decision. You've gone over those solid white lines, putting yourself into danger in other people. It could be a junction on the right hand side. We've seen it before, haven't we? And we know what happens.
We have,
unfortunately.
So one thing we always do when we're out and about filming cars is the criminal test. People seem to love it. See what it's like in the back of a car. So in the Octavia, it is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. So getting in, loads of room. I've just had my seat back, that's why it's against there. So loads of room if my seat went back, great headroom, seats are comfy. Again, charging points for your phone if you're a criminal and you want to ring your mate to tell you how to get out, which is not going to happen. But yeah, for a comfiness and a criminal test in this car, you're going to get an 8 out of 10, so thank you very much, Skoda. Well, that's it. I think you find that the Skoda Octavia VRS is almost as good as the Superb. If you like the video, tune in next week for more, and we'll see you then.